I've waited my whole life for this to happen, and here it is!
And you're dead.
And our number for tonight is 6!
Oh, you better not roll that with the
now
wargs beating
instead
you.
of surviving against
6.
not gnolls, but the wargs. Wargs! I called them gnolls earlier, and then I'm like, nope, they're not gnolls.
We nerd-splained it so hard to him.
I know what a gnoll and a warg are, all
yeah,
right?
but we can't stop
Do you?
ourselves. You got
If
it
it was-
wrong.
If you were surrounded by gnolls right now, you'd be in a much grimmer circumstance.
Yeah, I would.
Much.
Much more grim.
You think
Yeah.
so? You can reason with the gnoll. You can't reason with the warg. Well, you can reason with the warg.
You might be able to reason with a warg better than a gnoll.
Yeah.
Probably, actually.
Yeah.
I know, buddy,
Gnolls being
Wargs aren't
demonic,
worshiping an evil
possessed,
demon god. Yeah.
with
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
thirst for eating alive human flesh.
Mhm.
Or, I should say, intelligent humanoid flesh.
Intelligent human.
Yeah, I was like, remember...
So we ain't gotta worry about Godric and gnolls.
Yeah, I was
No,
like...
you don't.
Kind of was not here, so hey guys, remember,
That's
we're
funny.
human beings.
Solid.
And Mike was like, I'm a Goliath. I'm like, sorry, we're intelligent humanoids. We're intelligent humanoids.
That's true. That happened that way.
Be a person.
I'm a Goliath first, thank you.
I don't have flesh. Knowles would just be like, "What are you? Go away."
They'd go, kink!
They just turn you into armor, man.
That's true.
And
Probably.
they
yeah.
kick your soul armada around for
That's true.
fun.
But at least I can't become a gnoll.
I don't know why, but I just see you being used as like a ball that they're like shooting and playing with.
For my soul?
Yeah!
Yeah,
and
they're
you're
just
alive going,
batting
this
it
is
around.
bullshit.
Because we know cheetahs are more closely related to cats than dogs. So they're just like, boop, boop, boop. Arr.
That makes a lot of sense.
That
You
Yeah.
heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
Cheetahs are more closely related to cats than dogs.
Heard it here
cheetahs.
first.
Oh, I
Did
should
you
say
mean hyenas?
hyenas.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
I might have a tumor.
Yeah, it's just in your head right now, singing away.
It's just in your head. Trigger.
I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor.
I'm a tumor. Yeah, I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor. I'm a tumor.
We're
Yeah.
wacky tonight. This is how we are without Tara every time.
I know.
Yeah.
You can see,
That was
Tara,
the
why do
other-
you leave us ever?
Yeah, and that was the other terror example. It's like, are you boys talking about life experiences or something? Like formulating experiences?
Yeah.
You know, because whenever she comes over, we're talking about some weird, deep stuff.
Not every time, but
Is
Like
that
the
my
time I
relationship
purposely
with
stepped
my
on a
father
nail
figure.
just to see if it'd go through my shoe.
Yeah.
it does.
It sure does.
Sharp.
It sure does.
Yeah.
I remember I was being a little B-word, and we were going around my
Bastard.
my grandmother's ranch, and there was a board with a rusty nail sticking out of it, and I stepped on it, and my mom was just pissed at me, and I was like, "Whoa, help! I stepped on a nail," and it like went through my shoe, so I was stuck to the board, and then she was like, "No, you take care of that yourself," and I'm like, "But I'm stuck." And I lift my foot, and the whole side of the fence starts coming up with it. I'm like, "Mom!" My foot was like stuck in the yeah, my foot was stuck in the shoe. It was just like
Oh, much better.
stapled in there, yeah. It was a bad time. I did
My
have my
glasses
tetanus
were
shot,
fogged.
so I guess that's why she didn't care.
I think Alex thinks if he just keeps talking, then I won't kill his character.
No, I
It's
I
a
know.
defense mechanism.
I know.
It's a
he won't kill
filibuster.
him
Yeah, it's
because-
a filibuster, yeah.
Oh,
I know he won't kill him
Malachi!
because Trin has a
Malachi.
plan.
Malachi!
Malachi can come back so we
see,
can pull an
thank you.
all-nighter of D&D again.
Woo!
That
yeah.
was
That was good times.
I was
Yeah, when
so
you coming
tired
back,
of
Malachi?
work.
We missed you, man. We missed you. You don't even respond to me when I text you back, man. It's upsetting. Much sadness. Thought we were cool, man. Thought we were cool.
I'm hearing the screaming of "Love me."
Say that you love me.
That's not what I was saying.
Hold me, hold me. Hold you, hold me.
Is this what you're singing to the Knolls?
No, I got another song ready to go because I'm confident that I'm gonna get away. I'm gonna be just fine.
Confident.
I'm confident. Yeah, the possibility of death is not even in my mind's eye. Right?
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no, all right, we'll have to figure it out. We're just gonna have to see what happens.
On this week's
Listen,
episode
if-
of Legendary Action.
If you're
That board
gonna
does look
kill
really
me
clean.
with
I'm
wargs,
just saying.
if you're gonna kill me with wargs, you need to come to the table with some warg minis.
I'm gonna have some, you know.
I was gonna say Alex is
Fuck you.
Alex has the best
I
chance.
wasn't
of
at the
knowing.
last paint party. Did he have some wargs, guys?
I mean, he's at a painting station here for the last 4 days,
Yeah,
and he's asked me to avert my eyes as I go to the kitchen.
yeah.
You grabbed him just to show him off.
It's
to
your
me.
lies that
did.
got me into this situation, so I'm going to
You
choose
little
not to
nitty.
believe you.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm gonna be fine.
Godric told you back there.
can't
It's
take
not my fault you
credit
didn't check the.
All right,
check
listen. Let's get to the part where we kill Trin and move on.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
All right, sorry.
There's other stuff I got planned for tonight. Okay, Trin dying is the smallest part of it
It's because it's small, isn't it?
because you're goblin size.
We're fine.
So you rode off across the Ashburn estate looking for Locke. You're obsessed with looking for Locke, I should say.
Yeah.
Absolutely obsessed.
Look at your example.
In doing so, you found yourself in kind of a very empty, lonely space on the estate. Your horse started getting really uncomfortable. Moving around was becoming difficult to control. And then a large warg jumped you on your horse and threw you to the ground, and the horse, actually, pushed you both over. And you looked up to see that there were a few of them there, growling, coming forward towards you. And so, yeah, there we go. That's where we start.
So where are these wargs in relation to me? Am I surrounded?
You're surrounded.
Like all the way around?
Yep.
Listen, guys, it doesn't need to be like this. I'm skin and bone. As I start like slowly stepping back, I pull my sleeve back to kind of show them, leaning over and picking up my guitar, which I had dropped, being knocked to the ground. You don't need to do this. Just to see what kind of reaction I'm getting. Are they looking like they're gonna eat me?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm alright. I'm alright with that. Let me persuade them. Ah! Ah! I got a 22.
What? Fucking bards.
You played as one.
Yamcha
I know.
failed
I'm
me.
imitating him when it happened to me.
Oh. Fucking bored.
Yamcha failed me. 22.
Y'all didn't fail shit.
I know, right? He put the number exactly where it needed to be.
Exactly.
They continue stalking forward, and they're still exceptionally aggressive. But you can see the lead, who you seem is probably the lead warg, kind of just looks around at the other ones, then just keeps moving forward towards you. You can actually see him. You pick up on the fact that his eyes shift towards your instrument on the ground.
Well, I'm gonna pick it up.
Are you?
I'm gonna attempt to pick it up.
Okay. How? Like, you're just gonna jump over and grab it and pick it up, or are you
How
gonna run
far
over
away
to
is
it?
it from me?
Well, I mean, it's maybe it's just a few feet behind you, but either way, you're gonna have to turn your back to him and like grab it, or you're gonna have to turn and basically dive for it, probably.
I turned and I died for it then.
All right, sure.
Easy, boy.
Give me an
Easy.
acrobatics check real quick.
Son of a bitch! God damn you, Yamcha. 23!
Bitch, that's a high roll. You get off
For once!
Yeah, for
You
one.
freaking chump.
So
this guy over here.
you're kind of doing the Chris Pratt thing. You're like, see, I'm thin, no good. And then when you realize that that's not working, you turn, spin around, see it laying there, and you just jump and lunge straight forward. You grab it and turn around and get your hands in the position to start using the instrument. As you do so, the warg had immediately began closing in on you. Like, as soon as you made that quick movement, he was on top of you. Starts bounding towards you. You come up, and he's coming right on top of you. And as he comes to hit you and pounce on you, you hear the very distinct sound of a... And the warg takes an arrow straight through the side of the head and just comes rolling to a stop, lands on you, and comes to the side. And all the other wargs stop, turn, and start looking, and then you distinctly hear more snaps of arrow strings, and then the throwing spear come from a wood line nearby off to like the west of you. And then the wargs begin to panic and start running. They just completely ignore you and start fleeing. And out of the woods comes about 7 riders on horseback with arrows and spears chasing after them.
Yeah, that's right. You better run. You gross, smelly kind of dog things. You wargs. Was that coming up with a better name for him? Yeah.
Solid.
And I try and display I attempt to display the composure. That I totally wasn't nervous, not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit. I had him right where I wanted him.
So, all the riders, most of them take off and follow the pack of wargs, kind of disappearing out of sight over the hill and into some more trees. 2 of them kind of ride up slow to you, and both of them are humans. None of them are wearing any helms, but they're all wearing like padded armor with breastplates etched with like flowery designs. And the lead one, which is kind of an older gentleman, lowers his spear towards you and addresses you. So, why did I save your life? What are you doing on my land? Who are you?
Well, I had him right where I wanted them. I'm assuming you would be Lord Ashburn. Am I mistaken?
You're not mistaken.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, sir. As I kind of regain my composure and I take a little light bow. Trin Twilight, Lore Walker. You've currently taken up residence in your humble estate.
Oh, I see.
I was out searching for one of my companions who I had thought was maybe on the grounds, deep in contemplation.
It would be an exceptionally silly thing to do out in the wilderness like this.
Well,
It's rather large and it's not... We can't get everywhere.
Well, he is a exceptionally silly man. Kinda. He's foolhardy. I'm sure you know the type.
Well, you don't look hurt or injured in any serious manner. Maybe just some bumps and bruises, huh?
Oh, it's just some light scrapes, maybe a little dirt. I had them right where I wanted them. You know, I gotta make them think that I'm their prey so I could turn the tables. But, you know, seems like you and your men had it well in hand.
Very well. How very brave of you.
Oh, yes, incredibly. You don't just become a lore walker without a little bit of bravery.
I imagine not.
But
So he
that
turns to the rider with me and goes, go fetch his horse for him. Bring it back. And we'll ride back to the manor.
Thank you, sir. So those are the wargs I heard a little bit about. Well, I heard that you were off hunting them. So I thought they were a little bit more off than on, if you catch my drift.
He kind of sits up in the saddle a little bit and looks around. He's like, you came out here pretty far.
Did I?
I think this qualifies as off.
I look around and say, how far am I?
Well, you can't see the manor anymore. It's gone. You rode. You rode yelling for Locke. You rode for 20 minutes, maybe 30.
It seems that I was caught up in my passions.
It would definitely seem that way. Either way, the guy comes over and brings the horse back.
Oh, thank you. how are you doing? As I talk to the horse. Are you okay?
The horse isn't saying anything. It's just a horse.
This 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 doesn't hurt, does it? As I like poke where it got
Fuck, that horse gonna
slammed
kick the
into.
shit out of you.
It's like, is this okay? Tell me if anything's sore. As I like kind of like work one of the legs, and I'm just checking up on the health of this magnificent beast. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. You know how I mean. As I talk to the horse.
Well, are you coming with us or not?
On the hut?
No, back to the manor.
Oh. Are you sure you would not like me to accompany you on this magnificent hunt? It's been a while since I've hunted wargs. Since I've hunted. It's been a while.
Aren't you like a pacifist?
No,
Shut
I
up.
think my men have it under control. Them plus the few others that we gathered from the nearby villages should be able to take care of them now that we've located them and started running them down. Shouldn't be too much longer.
Well, I'm happy I could have been of assistance. Thank you, my lord. As I hop up. And I climb up onto the horse.
Well, follow me.
Tally
Try not to
ho!
lag behind.
Yippee-ki-yay!
When you say tally ho, the horse for some reason sits instead of going anywhere.
No, tally ho! Like go ho! Yo ho, shiver me timbers! I swat it with my hand.
It
on
stands
the
up and starts just taking off, running back towards the manor.
Ah!
I'll
Alright!
follow you.
Alright!
So, it's starting to get dark at this point by the time you finally arrive at the manor to find the stable already kind of closed up. One of the other servants is called and he comes outside, takes the horse from you, takes the lord and his steward's horse and his man-at-arms horse, game warden's horse. There we go, game warden's horse. And they take him away, put him up, and you head inside.
I swear, when I see that lock, he's gonna get it.
I hope so.
I hope so. But yeah, once on the inside, you find that one of the servants comes and tells you that your friend had woken up
What? When?
and that everybody was welcome to go and see him. Since you don't see anybody else, any of your friends down here, it's easy enough to assume that they're either up there or maybe somewhere else in the manor.
Good lad! Good lad!
But Lord Ashburn just kind of turns to you. I'm gonna go and change and get ready for the night. I think I'll be retiring for the evening, but feel free to take advantage of the hospitality of the manor.
Oh, thank you, my lord.
We've supported many of those who come from the Silver Choir here, giving them shelter, keeping them hidden from those who would look for them. So for us, this is no inconvenience. It's all for the betterment of the world,
Indeed
for
it
the
is.
cause.
For the cause. Thanks again. If you excuse me, Lord Ashburn.
Okay.
I excuse myself, and I scurry up the stairs.
Sounds good. Head up the stairs, down the hallway, and up to Hargraves' room, where you find Burrup, along with Ulthion in the hallway. You can hear Godric yelling something from his room, but no sign of Locke. And you assume that Katarina is probably just still in the room with Hargraves. But Ulthion's in the hallway with Burrup.
Oh, Theon, I hear he's awake. Is that true?
I don't care. I mean, yes, obviously he is, but maybe we hurry this up.
And what about Locke? Have you seen Locke?
Yes.
And his status?
He was wandering around a bit earlier. Haven't seen him since. Probably hiding in some musty corner.
Well, will you do me a favor and will you grab Godric? I'm sure he has some words.
Godric is usually not without them.
Yeah, well, I mean for Mr. Hargraves, that is.
Well, for the other Goliath, I got the feeling that Godric didn't like him that much.
Well, they're both strong personalities, so I've heard. But I'm sure he probably has some words.
Fair. We went looking for you in the woods.
Who did? You did?
We did, yes.
Why'd you go looking for me?
Because you went into the woods. That's very dangerous.
Well, I went looking for Locke. Because I can't trust certain people to tell me where certain other people are.
Don't you have finding spells? Or the
No, I
ability
don't
to
have finding spells.
send a message to Locke?
Well, I could, but Locke's been kind of a jerk, and I just didn't think he would answer. Or he would lie. Because he likes to do that. Because he obfuscates.
Good vocabulary there. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Right, I'm to find Godric.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then we leave?
well, after some words,
What do you think's going to happen in there?
well, I think we're going to go and say, hey, man, glad you're doing okay. Thanks for all that you had to do. And, maybe Godric would be like, hey, man, sorry, thank you for doing that. Sorry it had to go down like that. We tried to get you out, but turns out this evil goddess is a freaking liar. And then Locke would be like, yeah, I don't really have feelings except for this huge amount of guilt that weighs over me ever since the day we left you behind when my spells failed, and I totally take that personally. And before I can forgive myself, I need to ask you for your forgiveness, because I'm just racked with guilt.
Right, well then, allow me to roleplay this Hargraves. Oh, I'm sure it's no worries. Hell was not so bad, and being a werewolf and being torn to bits and over again, and having to develop this form to survive was just, it's fine. All's forgotten. You're the best. Hugs around. Let's go.
Yeah, and if he does that, then we can move forward clear of conscience. Heck, maybe that's part of why Locke's all screwy.
Trin, I love you, but that is incredibly naive.
Well, if people care about each other, why can't they just say so? And when they feel bad, they can just say so.
Behind that door is nothing but more guilt and pain. And all of you are going to feel miserable.
Maybe it's a little bit of closure and the cure to guilt and pain. You've never had a conversation with someone where you felt a sense of relief, or at least you got to say your part? No?
I speak my part in every
Oh my god.
interaction I have.
Who I even talk to here? But yes, just imagine if you couldn't speak your part. Imagine if you had so much left to say, or that something happened and someone may have gotten a misimpression as to your intent, and you didn't want them to go on feeling that way. But you couldn't talk to them about it. And so all this while, they're going on a tortured soul.
I don't keep secrets from the people I care about. I wouldn't avoid talking about anything.
Well, let's say it's like an external manipulation. Let's say some horrible person comes along and is like, yeah, no, actually, Otheon told me that he hates your guts and you're a terrible person and he just puts up with you. And the only reason he hasn't told you himself is because it's pure elven etiquette or something. And then they believed him and they were just totally torn up. And then you never got the chance to set the story straight because you knew that they were out there hurting. And then so you hurt a little bit because you can't imagine that they would ever, believe such horrible lies that betrayed your true intent. I don't know. I'm trying to make it relatable to you. It's kind of hard because
Well, I think the entire point is I don't relate to any of this. I just don't see anything constructive happening here. When we do good, do we have to make sure everyone in every realm, every city, every event sees us do that good? Do we have to make sure that they can personally thank us for it, or can't we just move on to the greater good?
well, when they're your close and dear friend that you literally went through hell with, maybe it deserves a couple words. That's all I'm saying.
And if they remembered going through hell, then I think that would warrant something. But how is Brotherhood built without any memory for it to stand on? I'll go get Godric. You can continue to think in silence.
It's totally about. You're full of shit.
Whatever, Trin. I'll keep going down the hall looking for Godric.
It's not hard to find, considering he's yelling about something in his room.
Ooh,
Why is it that everywhere we go has small fucking beds?
You should try not sleeping.
Ah, yes, because not sleeping worked the last time I did it. And I rip open the door. I'm talking to Locke.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah, well, what do you want?
The Goliath werewolf is awake. It's time for you all to feel guilty.
What?
You'll see.
Locke, you coming or staying?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go pack our horses. We shouldn't stay here that much longer.
No, we shouldn't.
It's nighttime. We should sleep.
That's right. Some of you can't see in the dark. All right.
We can travel in the dark.
We'll wait.
What really matters is if Katarina wants to go. That is the question.
She can see in the dark.
Yes, but she's the one who wanted us to stay, and we all agreed.
I know what you mean.
I hate to be that person, but we are sort of on a crusade. Perhaps there's a point in which we don't wait for the others and they could just catch up.
My understanding doesn't crusade mean killing?
Yes.
There's no killing.
That's why we have to go to the killing.
No, we're going to go through a maze and do puzzles.
Well, I'm sure there'll be a fair amount of people to kill while we're there. Nadir isn't exactly a...
Don't get my hopes up. No, don't do that.
Godric, I promise I will find someone for you to kill.
Come on.
Frail, bony little wizards.
I'm not going in there. I have no reason to speak to this wolf man.
This
I don't
Hargraves.
even know him.
Fair enough. But he was an adventurer of the party.
Right.
Previously.
Then give him my regards.
I will tell him that you were utterly shook up about this.
I was impressed by his biting strength. On that.
Just saying. Alright. And I walk inside.
Okay. Locke, what you doing? You're going in there, right?
Yeah, I follow.
You just don't want to talk to Trin. This has
No.
nothing to do with Hargraves.
I know.
This is just Trin. He's been listening to Trin
rant
away
like
for
4
almost 2
hours.
sessions.
Can't run away now.
All right, so we walk into the hall at
Yep.
the entrance to Hargraves' room.
So as you turn in, the doctor kind of has is over there administering him, treating his wounds, those that do exist that haven't fully healed, feeding him some sort of like herbal mixture. And Katarina is standing up at the side of the bed. Godric kind of files in off to the left near Kat, and Trin kind of just runs straight up to the edge of the bed at the end, looking straight at him. You just kind of file in afterwards, standing towards the back. He's obviously tired. Not 100% himself yet. And the doctor kind of comes over and just says, "It will be quite some time before he is maybe 100% like he was. I'm not exactly sure what the nature of his ailments are or what caused them, but I am familiar with the idea that blood hunters usually require a They usually require special care, medicines, ointments and such from their own healers, their own alchemists. There might only be so much I could do for him here before he will eventually have to travel and find some of his own kind. With that being said, he should be awake enough to at least address him and say whatever it is that you all need to say to him,
Well,
if anything.
Thank you, Doctor. We were really just hoping that we could get him strong enough to where he could travel to get whatever special care he might need. So, thank you for your efforts.
He might be in traveling shape in maybe a week, maybe a few weeks worth of taking his time, lightly walking. It's interesting because he doesn't seem injured, but there's almost like it's almost like an atrophy has set in on certain parts of his body as a whole. He has a weary mind. Try to be brief. And he kind of just pats you on the shoulder, tosses a look at Katerina and Godric, and then just leaves the room. And as he does, should I close the door or should I leave it open?
Maybe close it.
I could do that. If you need anything, I'll be just down the stairs getting something to eat, and some of the maids will also be available. We should be able to change out his blankets. Either way, and he closes the door.
Thank you,
And
Doctor.
you hear him go down the hall and head towards the stairs to the main hall. So, Hargraves he's sitting there, he listens to the whole conversation, and he reaches over to kind of this side table and grabs a glass with water, and he starts drinking it. He sets it down. He kind of has these almost glossy like eyes, and he's just looking at everybody in the room. But with more of a discerning eye than that of any form of recognition.
Well, how are you feeling? As I kind of speak a little loud, as if maybe you can't hear so good.
Terrible.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I brought your friends to see you. Do you remember Godric? This Godric? As I point over.
Sort of. Glimpses. Maybe. I do remember somebody.
Well, maybe if you... Godric, maybe you should talk to him.
I step forward.
You seem to be healing pretty well. It is good.
Healing from what, though? I have flashes and memories of being somewhere. I can't really make it out entirely, though.
You were part of our group, Thunder Dangerous.
I remember that.
And, well, things happened. We jumped through a portal in hell. And
Yes.
Slow down. Got it. Just take it slow.
I am,
Not so matter of fact.
but it is. And then, when we were able to get out, someone needed to stay to buy us time. And you did. It took us a while, but we got you here, got you out.
Well, how long was I there?
Oh god, I'm not good at this time thing. It's like, what, 6, 7, 8 months? I look around the room, the smart people. About 8 months. Eh?
Well, yeah. Something like that.
Around 8 months or so, yeah.
But you all got out?
We were in there for about 6, and then you were in there by yourself for about 2.
Oh, I wasn't there. I'm just a friend they met on the outside. I've been helping them along. A humble servant.
So you don't remember any of it?
No, I remember flashes of torment and pain. This really absolutely terrifying devil. At least I think it was. I don't know. Sometimes she would be a seductive and beautiful, like, deviled woman, and then other times she would be a small child. I remember that. I remember pain. But I also remember not my own hands. I remember being the wolf. I also remember vaguely striking some of you.
Oh yes, you hit the elf outside and Katerina. You were quite pissed when you came out of the portal. You know, all frothing and
Nearly ripped my arm off.
Result of being transformed for too long, more than likely.
But your
Brutal business. I'm surprised my body didn't just die. We're not supposed to be transformed for that long.
I think it's just because you're made of tough shit.
I am that. Pretty great, honestly.
Oh, we had
I've killed a lot of people and a lot of monsters.
you have done some good things.
Well, I apologize for attacking you, even if I wasn't myself. I do feel absolutely fatigued, worn. I have pain, though I see no visible wounds.
Well, I don't know how it was, but, well, you came back, and once you shedded your werewolf form, you somehow got slightly better looking. I can say that, considering beforehand you looked like shit, and now you look like slightly better shit. So it's good to see that you're improving.
It's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
I try. And I kind of walk closer, and I just kind of put my hand over and kind of grab his forearm.
Mm.
And it is very good to have you up and moving again.
He looks at the bed. That was a joke.
No,
Correct.
that was... I meant like you're coherent in breathing and not in hell, being like being a toy for somebody. You can continue being yourself.
I already missed the feel of my sword and armor. I assume none of that made it back with me.
No. But
Speaking of forgiveness, as I walk around the side, and I walk up behind my... Look, I have something to say. As I elbow him in the back.
just kind of pat him on the
Towards the
shoulder and
You know, I do
I give
faintly
you a little shock. Just
I do faintly recollect being extraordinarily upset with you for something.
oh yeah.
Talk about your feelings.
You might not get scolded by Trin later if you do it.
I failed to get us out of there. And I failed to get us out a second time. And then you were stuck longer than the rest of us.
Oh, that's what happened. You got your feelings.
Well, honestly, I don't feel much of anything towards you now. It's like a past, fleeting idea of what maybe I might have been angry at you, but at this time, I don't really feel anything at all. But based on what I've been told, we'll just say you owe me one.
That seems fair.
You're such guys. I hate it.
What? Sounds like they talked about their feelings and now we're better.
No, they didn't talk about their feelings at all.
I'm not sure what I should be feeling, little goblin.
I don't know what you want, Trin.
I'm talking about Locke's tortured soul. He's so remorseful. Can't you see it on his face?
The fucking metal mask. Yeah.
If I made the decision to sacrifice myself for everyone else, that should only weigh on my shoulders. It shouldn't weigh on anybody else's.
Well, see, Locke's been getting off torturing himself on the fact that he put you in the position where you had to make that decision to begin with.
No, we put ourselves in that decision. We attempted to escape together. Something obviously went wrong. Maybe we underestimated our enemies and I didn't make it. But here I am now. You made good on it. I'm not dead. Well, we'll see. I'll need to get to a blood hunter, to an alchemist. He can help me. Much better than the doctor can.
Well, I've made arrangements for you to be able to stay here until you're ready to travel. And then the lore walkers can assist you with making contact with your enclave.
We'll leave you some coin and things we can spare.
I think the Silver Choir will take care of most of that. I appreciate it, though. I will need armaments for travel, though. I don't want to travel alone.
We've got a sword.
I have a dagger.
There'll be the adamantine greatsword waiting for you. I'm not using a damn thing. As for armor,
We don't carry extra.
I have some old clothes. That's all you're getting.
I can make do for the time.
The
I'll
coin
have
was
something made.
to have some armor made, fitted. We wouldn't carry anything in your size.
They can just take rough measurements from me and it should fit.
I explained where I am, but who is allowing us to stay here?
Our goblin friend has a connection to this family through his organization. They're benefactors.
Yeah, it's the Ashburn estate. Lord and Lady Ashburn are allowing us to take refuge here. They're an ally to the cause.
The only cause I trust is the one to eliminate all the evils from the world.
That's the cause! You got it!
I guess that lines up then.
Yes, same team. Look, same team. Yes, heck, who knows? Maybe over the coming weeks you'll become best friends.
Maybe. Well, if you don't mind, I'm just going to sleep some more.
Oh, yes, of course.
Will you all be here with me, or are you planning on staying?
No. We need to carry on.
We'll probably stay the night and imagine leaving in the morning.
Yes.
We wanted to. Well, Katerina wanted to be here when you woke up.
Well, she was. Kind of looks at her.
Things have escalated, and the war against the dragons is growing, and we have to go be heroes.
Well, I made a commitment to fighting alongside you all. So, it may take some time, but once I'm back in the fighting spirit, I'll try to find a way to track you down.
Good.
When you need me, I'll be ready.
Well, most of our roads will lead to the forge at some point.
That is true.
You could wait for us there if you find the time.
I think based on what I've witnessed and learned, the Blood Hunters might need a change in policy. I will talk to my Enclave's master and see if they can get them together. Maybe we can aim our resources at the dragons.
It'd be good to have you on our side when things escalate really bad. It'd be like old times having you fight by my side.
I look forward to it.
Good.
For the time being, though, I think I'll rest. He just kind of slinks back down.
I go over and I open the door and I hold it open for everybody.
Good. You'll need your beauty sleep if you're going to look as good as me. I walk out.
So,
Good luck, Hargraves.
good luck to you all.
How'd I go?
You still on my crap list? As you walk by. Rest easy. I close the door.
So, Katarina's the last one out. She actually goes over to his bed and she kind of leans over. And you see her start talking to him. She's whispering in his ear. And then she stands back up and walks out of the room with the rest of you into the hall.
Well, since I'm not murdered, I think it's time we get some rest too.
Why would you have been murdered?
Oh, I wonder why. You know what? If you don't know why, maybe that's part of the problem. Maybe I can't even look at your face right now.
You're the mind reader, not me, Trin.
Oh, that's some low bullshit. Oh, just walk away to my room. Muttering to myself.
I feel like he thinks I did something to him, but I didn't. What do I do with that?
I don't know. He found that I lied to him.
Okay, so
Well, he's upset at me and you and Noelthion. I believe he was muttering about untrustful friends and plotting something. He was quite angry. Kind of entertaining.
Trin's not upset at me.
He sounded like he was upset with everybody.
No, I think he's upset at Locke, and that's about it.
We'll be leaving in the morning,
Perfect. At sunrise?
if you like.
I would prefer maybe like an hour or two after sunrise. These somewhat nice beds, and I would like to sleep in a little bit.
Weren't you just complaining about the beds?
I'm taking them off the bed frame. That's what I normally do. That way, it's the majority of my leg can hang off.
Would you just dump all the hay on the floor?
No, they have actual beds.
These are humans.
Yes.
They don't know what actual beds are.
I'll gather what I can and prepare our. Or are we teleporting? What's the plan?
So we probably should go to the where Helbert the Yana is, and then go from there probably to the Claxia. And from there we can go to the maze. Simple, easy.
Are we certain that going to that tower is what would be best?
Well, we've made this decision twice now. Yep.
And I will always remind you that it's a terrible risk.
We don't make choices based on what's best. We make choices based on what's necessary.
And the last time we risked something by going to a tower, we died. So let's not let it happen again.
It doesn't really matter if it's good or not. Either we go there and you die, or we go there and we stop you from killing all of us later in the future.
Those equations equal out. Both are extreme risks for death for all of us.
Yes, and us fighting a dragon also can be death. Everything we do in this business is death. So how about we just move on and hope we don't die and
But
be good enough not to die?
dying fighting the dragon will be moving towards the ultimate goal.
And if we fail killing the dragon, nothing happens. We failed. If we fail fighting the maze, nothing happens. We failed.
Dying fighting anything means we failed.
See? Me and Oltheon are in agreement here. It's very rare, and when it happens, people should notice.
I've noticed.
This is a meaningless argument. Locke, are you going to Eclaxia or not?
I will go where you go, and I will constantly and continuously remind you that there are probably better options.
I can just start ignoring him.
So business as usual.
Sounds like it.
So no, to bed, then to Eclaxia. I march off to go sleep.
You never did answer him about how we're going there.
No. My options are limited, and none of them are particularly close.
Perhaps we return to Thanes. We had portals.
You did?
Nothing close to Nadia, but maybe
The elves and they might have. Someone may have knowledge of a circle in Nadir.
we might not even need to go that far. The university in Cornwall could have it.
They could. It's true.
Check with the university. Only makes sense. We're already here.
Yeah, it's a short ride to the city. Why not? We have no contacts inside the university. Things like circles of teleportation are usually not quickly given over.
We can pay for it or something. We'll be fine. I believe there might be an Inquisitor who owes me a favor, actually.
We did rid the city of a terrible cult, after all.
True. Stop there. Either way, get some sleep.
I don't sleep. Neither do you. Let's get our things
sleep
while
just
the rest rest.
All right. Are you avoiding Trin?
No. Just wanted a moment alone. I don't know why he was so obsessed with me bearing all the things I feel to Hargraves.
Perhaps in the future set the boundary and just tell him you want to be left alone?
I didn't expect him to run off into the woods. I don't think I've ever done that. Why would he think it would be a good idea?
Well, perhaps what you've done and what he's done are different enough that it wouldn't matter.
I think Trin is the one who's having difficulties, and he wanted something to do rather than to just sit and think. I think that Trin is trying to project his own insecurities onto me, and that if you really felt that way, maybe he should air those feelings.
Ah, but he did. He was laid out to bear for everyone to see with the caravan. Those wanderers, we learned a great deal about Trin and his insecurities. Perhaps by staying busy and keeping us focused on something else, we won't have time to look at him.
just not sure why he's so obsessed with getting my feelings out.
Perhaps if he can see that Mason forgives you for your actions and you forgive yourself, I do see some parallels between you two and Trin and his friend, his old teacher.
Hargraves didn't forgive me, wouldn't, and I don't want it.
Right, but that doesn't change that Trin might be looking for that. If you can be forgiven, then maybe he can. It's not unsurprising to see him working towards a goal for you, because if you aren't forgiven, that's all right, but if Trin asked for his own forgiveness and it was rejected, it might break him.
Right. That'd be the projection I was mentioning.
Yes.
I know I don't always come across as particularly warm or inviting, but I do care about all of you.
What is that phrase? The pot calling the kettle?
Right, but you have a family, a son you care about, obviously.
Yes.
I have no one other than Godric, and you can see that that's not your typical brotherly, fraternal.
It's incredibly dysfunctional.
We're good for each other. I don't know what else to say. We've saved each other many times.
Now just go back and count how many times you've put each other in that danger.
Almost all of the same times. I think I probably led him into trouble more, especially in the beginning. Believe it or not.
As one night Godric was mentioning something about some mercenaries.
The group he was with when they found me, yeah.
Well, if we ever run into them, I'm sure we can give them a reason to stop looking.
Oh no. They aren't looking anymore.
Good.
That was one of our early days.
I hate to bring this up, Locke. I'm sure you'll see it as some sort of proselytizing, but you don't pray at all. You don't seek the wisdom of any deity, not even those that govern over the arcane.
No. Not particularly. I don't think I feel much connection to the deities. Most of the others races have legends and lore about their creation at the hands of deities, but
Still, these connections they're not like some unearthly tie. Your connection is a relationship. You choose to make that connection. Plenty of people are born, grow old, and die, knowing the gods exist, but never truly connecting with them. There is knowledge to be gained. If there is a god of the arcane, then surely she has secrets you couldn't dream of.
it has crossed my mind many times.
I find even psychologically, taking the time to meditate and focus on your problems can yield results even if there is no voice on the other end. You're struggling. Maybe stop looking for a solution and stop staring at the problem like it's going to eat you.
What if the problem eats us?
What if we're taking steps to worry about that, but you never know. Katarina's related to a dark deity.
Mm-hmm.
That level of corruption runs deep. She sacrificed one before. We sleep soundly next to her while we're out. No problem.
Whether I intended it or not, I stuck us all in hell, failed to get us all out, released a terrible demon to a city.
Right.
Attempted to kill you.
Attempted. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Things are strange, and my actions are affecting innocent people.
yeah. But your actions affect innocent people the other way as well. Didn't you willingly step into Avernus? That affected the innocents. You stepped into that portal knowing you could be trapped there, knowing you could die there, and you did it without even hesitating. And then when your scroll doesn't work and you find that you're stuck there and terrible things happen, you're suddenly guilty. But the fact is you knew the risk, you took the risk, and so did they. Godric certainly wasn't dragged in. Neither was Katarina. Maybe you're too busy looking at your faults and not looking at the fact that your friends are heroes and would have gladly sacrificed themselves, and did so.
Maybe I find a lot of motivation in guilt.
Oh, well, then by all means. But
Godric fights for his honor and glory. You fight to protect your people. Trin.
he fights for acceptance.
That's as good as any. I don't like to forget failure. Forgetting failure leads to repeating it.
I don't forget my failures, but I don't wallow in them. I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life or anything. I'm just making sure you see other perspectives. Sometimes it's hard for us to do for ourselves. We need somebody else to push that along. Either way, we're going to Eclaxia. And just think of it this way. Regardless of what we discover there, it'll be something new.
Something new. Not necessarily better.
Better, worse, it's all subjective eventually. Each step we take, we're moving closer towards a confrontation with a very ancient, very powerful dragon, queen. And some could say that that's worse than if we're taking each step, but we would see it as better.
I just can't quite escape some of the feelings that I've got since we went to your home. And I think that we could be leading down a path much darker than the Dragon Queen.
Darker than a deal with Hecate? Darker than confronting the Veiled Queen?
Yes. A darkness.
Well, then it's a good thing you've got me. I glow no matter where we go.
Something it's hard to explain.
There is something else out there. Sure.
When you look to the stars, what do you see?
Literally? A dark void and light pinpricks against a deeper background of some sort. Figuratively, I see the vastness of the unknown and wonder what else could be out there.
More often, I see something terrible.
I see terrible things walking through the streets of Cornwall. I see terrible things everywhere. We deal with what we can here and now. Worry about the philosophies later. But I'm not trying to change you or anything. Just want you to understand there are other sides. I'm off. I've got to tuck Burrup and Misha in before he turns into a toad. And I throw a piece of bread at him down the hallway.
All right. Sleep well, I suppose.
Good night, Block. Burrup, let's go.
So you all head off to your rooms to rest, relax, study, meditate. Does anybody have anything they need to do in the morning, or are you just going to be ready to set out?
Set out.
Just send out some messages and provide or leave some contacts for Hargraves. That's
Yeah,
about
blowing
it.
up that
With some
Twitter.
of the servant stuff.
I assume that all that was taken care
Yeah,
of.
it's,
with
like,
Ben Wallace.
it's not like a hand wave. Hand wave it. Wave it.
Well, I was trying to.
Sorry.
So you're making it difficult.
Wave it.
Literally, when he says, "What are you all? Or is anybody doing anything before you head out?" He's asking if he can hand wave the scene.
Yes.
Wave it.
You all made a very good breakfast in the morning. The Ashburns lend you their personal carriage to be used, and they drive you into Cornwall.
Woo-woo.
Yeah, so it takes the better part of most of the day, like it did last time. But you arrived there. You guys got up pretty early. He said you want to sleep in a couple hours past
I didn't let him. I was
daylight. You know, but yeah,
like
the elf is a jerk. I don't know what to tell you, dude. We all knew this coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody ever who plays an elf is a jerk.
Yep.
It's a rule.
Yep.
But yeah.
Raw.
So you arrive around midday in Cornwall. City's the same much as it was before. Nothing's changed. So where you guys want to go?
Well, we could check the university or just head straight back to Thane's portal.
Why don't we go to Ilithir?
Because it's very far from here, Godric.
Yes, but we're taking a teleportation circle, and it's the same thing, right?
Only sort of.
Locke, I'm not... What?
Yes, we can go to Ilithir. They will more than likely have a connection to... But if we're already here, and they might have a connection to Eclaxia from here.
All right.
Where? Are there... My understanding is teleportation circles are not all that common.
We are in the capital of the greatest human empire on the entire planet of Terrawin. If they don't have a teleportation circle, I would be wildly surprised.
Well, I mean, do you think we're, like, allowed? Like, do you have to have a membership card or something?
Well, we could
Frequent
always
flyer?
just push our ways in, use the portal, and leave, and never come back.
Well, that sounds very dramatic.
Or we could just go to Ilithir and not piss anybody off and go where we're going.
Last time we teleported to Ilithir, we pissed off a lot of people.
No, we still got to go wherever we needed. The problem got taken care of.
A lot of people died.
If we did it twice, I don't think we'd have the same reception.
Do you think it's going
Well-
to happen again?
Yeah.
I think once it's happened once, it's like being struck by lightning. The chances of it happening again are tenfold.
Well, then they
We've
should
drawn
probably,
attention.
they should
That
probably
is
shut
not
down
how
the
that
circle
works.
then.
Jesus Christ.
And that's exactly how that works.
By Crumb's beard.
You've seen storm sorcerers. Lightning all over the
I'm
place.
surrounded by idiots.
You've been struck by lightning a lot.
Yeah, you're the source.
It's still the same.
No,
It's
he's
not
not.
the same.
That actually works towards my argument. That demon is not dead. It still knows of us and still
Yeah.
exists.
Yeah?
So every time we travel through portal, there's a chance it detects us and tries to attach again.
Didn't we just have a conversation about probably death? Hurry the fuck up and go.
And were we talking about one portal or another portal?
Our own deaths aren't the problem. It's putting other people in danger, Godric. Yes, we'd still be using a portal, but we wouldn't be taking the same route. We'd actually teleport one time less if there's one here.
The idea is to minimize teleportations.
Hey, if you can get in.
We've proven it's pretty dangerous multiple times.
Well, I'm just saying, if you can get us into the circle, or the portal, the portation circle, fine. I don't care.
After everything, I genuinely feel like maybe there is something that affects the way I create teleportation.
Possible.
That's like the opposite of what everyone was saying. They're saying, hey, look, man, it totally... Oh, look, Warforged, it totally kind of happens sometimes. It's just one of those things.
It does happen, but to happen to us almost without fail, every teleportation we've done has been a catastrophe.
We've had a lot of practice. Fail better. It's one of my slogans. It's a thing that I say. You fail better. Either way, as long as we're not walking, I don't care.
Look, while we're here, it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt to find out if we can do it for free.
There are other benefits to possibly getting into the academy as well. They will have magic items and things we might want.
So we're gonna go to the academy. Sup?
Does it work like the circles do? No, you can kind of just like visit the circle, but can you just do that here?
I mean, they're completely different as far as how they organize everything, but it doesn't. I mean, it's a public works in a sense. The academy can be approached and asked to utilize a circle if they even have one. For all I know, it might not be at the academy. It could be at the Grand Palace.
Well, we can, since we're here, I guess we ask, and if they tell us to go screw off,
We also don't
we
need
have other portals.
their circle. We just need knowledge of a circle in a Klaxon.
Oh, that's true.
I can create the circle on our end. It will take us where we need to go.
Oh, this
let's
sounds
go.
so overly involved.
You
So-
woke me up early. Let's go.
All we would need is a drawing of the other circle. And it's mine.
Yeah, well, let's just start walking towards a direction. Not even sure if it's the right one.
It's over here, Godric.
Shit.
Lead the way.
We're going.
If someone's gonna talk them into letting us do it, it's probably you. Listen, man, magic man to magic man. Here's my tuition. Let me roll in your circle, or you got any books on circles? Where's your circle section?
Why don't we start with the Adventurers Guild? We might not even be going in the right direction. Ask the Adventurers Guild people
Well,
there
they
if they know where
have much more
circle
need to
is.
move around. That's not a bad thought.
Well, there we go.
They're
Which way is that? The
much-
other way?
They're
Godric
much-
knows where that is, actually. He's visited already.
Mm-hmm.
The Adventurers Guild is going to be much less hoardy with their knowledge as well.
Oh, horny.
Withholding is the word you were looking for.
But I don't respect most other mages.
That's kind of rude.
Well, they've earned it.
Have they, though? Isn't that the opposite of respect? Like, not...
They've earned the
Earning it.
disrespect.
They've earned your disrespect.
Most of them.
It sounds very pessimistic.
It is.
Sure,
So you guys
met
gonna
all
go
of
to the
them.
Adventurers Guild then?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're on our way to adventure. Gonna rock down to the Adventurers Guild.
Gonna take a quick
So
note.
we can find a circle.
I saw that corner like shit. That wasn't that bad. Scary.
Godric made friends over in the Adventurers Guild.
Cord rips out of there, wraps onto that. Flies over.
Mhm.
Somebody starts screaming.
Oh, look, now she's
Mhm.
Mother of God! Mother of all gods,
My
what's
legs.
happened?
It's inside me. Ah.
Sorry, I'll get that.
Oh, my bad.
So how is the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, it was good. When I went in there, we did some fighting. Won against some people. I lost a few times. That was kind of good.
Like allowed fighting, right?
Sparring, yes.
Okay. Did they have some pretty strong adventurers?
There was one guy. He was very good with his
Oh my
with
god,
his
if you
sword.
say Ulthion, I'm gonna lose.
No, I tried to convince Ulthion to fight, but
Spar?
I was trying to convince him to throw.
The throw.
I wanted him to lose a couple of times, and we increase the bet.
Oh. The old con game.
Oh, we've done it. We did it in the gladiatorial pits.
Oh. Oh.
You know the time when we threw against the all the fighting for like 3 weeks, and then I was the what is the underdog?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then you put all of our money on it, and we won, and then I blew it all in a brothel, and I felt really bad for like 2 days.
Yeah, we cheated, and then you did what you did, and
Yeah. 100%.
then we had to leave.
Yeah.
Was that a word?
Magical hack
What?
just granted me inspiration.
Inspire.
Inspire.
You got it? I thought I
You
got
got
it.
inspiration,
Hack?
by the way.
Yeah.
earlier.
I got
did.
inspiration.
I am
Godric got one too?
inspired.
I didn't know if you got one. I only see one for Godric. That's why I'm confused.
Oh, you know what? Guess what I just did? I read Ulthion. So, Godric.
Self-centered. I'll take that inspiration. Thank you.
And he sees himself in
God, you really got that elf thing down. This person seems important. It must be me.
That's exactly what I just did.
Thank you.
That's exactly what I did.
Magical hack, I appreciate you, buddy.
Magical
Thank you.
hack, you're amazing. Don't feel bad for not granting it to me.
I will absolutely use that for
Oh.
bad things.
I will use my powers for good.
I won't.
Well, that's apparent.
I didn't know he was a parent.
That'd be a surprise to me too.
Yeah, it usually is.
All right. So the Adventurers Guild, open and running as usual. Groups of individuals sparring, hanging out in the main hall, talking about previous adventures and what jobs are coming up. And you guys, I assume, you're just gonna follow Godric, right? Straight to the
Yep.
the front desk or whatever. All right. So when you arrive, kind of young man behind the counter, just well dressed. Ah, welcome. Are we looking to take up a job today? Join the guild, or
Looking for a teleportation circle to Nithir.
we're looking for location to one, or
A drawing. We can get one.
so a sigil sequence. All right. Well, usually that sort of information is reserved for guild members.
How much does it cost to sign up?
I don't want to be signing up the guild.
I think you need a
Does it
sponsor.
matter?
Yeah.
You just get a card.
I
we're
beat,
like,
I beat like half of the members in this bar.
yeah, but then we're up the best. And if we beat a few more, we'll be like the guild leaders.
Well, it's called a guild.
Basically,
so
what it costs is a certain percentage of your loot and earnings from
that's disgusting.
from quests and jobs that are done. Annual dues paid to the guild in order to help keep us operational. It also requires you to basically be local and able to assist the state with its needs.
Oh, we're not
Oh, I
that.
definitely can't do that.
no.
We're not local.
Oh, God, no.
What about like a premium membership for non-locals, but extremely powerful? As I read, extremely powerful.
Well,
Swap for his
unfortunately,
hands down.
the emperor and the state itself seems to enjoy making sure adventurers are doing things for the people who live here.
We're just operating on a different scale, like a worldly scale. So we're doing it in your best interest.
And we've already done stuff with this place. We took care of the goddamn tower. That should count for something.
What was the name of that Inquisitor? He could.
Oh, the Inquisitors have no authority here.
It's just
It
a
won't help you.
reference.
We took down the tower of Fell Best. Does that count for something?
That was pretty far south of here.
Yeah, and
Southeast.
yeah. So, no.
Oh, damn.
I take like 2 gold pieces and I say, maybe you could find a book on it.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, dang it!
Rolling hot today, huh, Alex? So
Yes,
helpful.
Yamcha's really...
He's literally
missed
failing at
Yamcha.
like the thing he's supposed to be good at right now.
You missed Yamcha, by the way, Alex.
No,
Come
I
on.
hit that one.
No, you
What'd
did
you roll?
not.
Just tell me. Just give me a
I
number.
hit that son of a
Just give me a
bitch.
number. Come on. It's like
got
12 plus what? Come on.
23.
It's pretty fucking good, man.
It's pretty fucking
He rolled
good.
a fucking 6.
He is
This son of a bitch.
he goes
It's like my back spills over and like 10 gold pieces fall out. Oh, oops.
Well, I'll check right on that for you then. And he gathers up the gold pieces and pockets them and kind of disappears around the corner and goes up the stairs to the second floor. You guys wait about 15 minutes and he comes back with a piece of paper. And it's obvious that he sketched the sigils from somewhere and he slides it to you.
Into the robe.
Oh, well, I suppose. Thanks for your time.
No, thank you for yours. You're all exceptionally generous.
Indeed.
That's true.
Yes.
It's
Let's leave.
It's only...
If you don't mind, I have some accounts to attend to.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
These are the people you spawned, those ones over there?
While we're walking back,
Um,
I'm gonna
all those
open it
ones
up
were
and
pretty
just
easy to
inspect
be.
it to see if it seems
Yeah,
They
genuine.
seem like it.
There's not that big guy.
Make an
that was
arcana
here.
check.
He was in full plate. He was wielding a shield and a sword. He was very good at using his shield.
So if that's not wrong, we'll just teleport us into
Anywhere.
something horrible.
Do we die?
Like the wall,
It could send
or the
us.
ground.
It could send us anywhere, and luckily, it'll only take me 10 minutes to get us
You
back
mentioned that
somewhere familiar.
Inquisitor Pelican. Did we need to contact him?
No. I was hoping to get his reference. That's all. 20.
Reference for what? Would you still need to teleport?
So I'm like, as we're walking and talking back towards wherever we're headed, I'm inspecting. I got 20 on that arcana.
Where'd you get that? Is that what the...
I mean, from what you can tell, it looks like it should work.
Trin, did you bribe him?
No,
Yes.
It should
I am
work.
a
No.
upstanding moral character.
We bought it.
Yes, I bribed him.
It's a
Well done.
it's a genuine circle. The only
Sigil
way,
sequence.
yeah, it's a genuine sigil sequence. The only way to know if it's genuinely where we want to go is to use it.
All right. Now, first, Godric,
Yeah.
do you remember that young man's face?
Yes.
Burn it in your mind's eye, so if you're the only one that makes it out of this, you come back here and you... And for vengeance, of course.
That sounds completely agreeable.
Vengeance is a higher purpose.
This sounds completely agreeable. Because I survive whatever we're going through and everyone else dies. I will make sure to,
This is your
Hobble
first
him.
stop. Don't mourn our deaths, just kill him!
Really?
Should we go
been
to
very aggressive lately, friend.
Thane's warehouse where it's quiet and out of view, or should we just find a black alley?
Well, I feel that the Thane's little storefront might actually be properly warded in some ways. Couldn't hurt to do it from there.
Okay.
Good point. That's very magical thinking.
I just have a
you
certain
think-
acuity with magic.
Yeah.
All right then, to the warehouse.
All right.
Dane's rundown shop.
All right. So you walk through the streets, head into Thane's Kyrios. You see the same big old frog sitting right there, dude. The tiefling behind the counter. Well, looks like you're back finally.
Back.
Hmm?
Just need to go in the back there.
Oh yes, fine, whatever. Let's get on with your business. I received a communique from Thane that said you were here anyways.
Oh, how is he?
Sorry, I didn't really ask him.
Oh, I'm gonna assume good. He's just checking up on us.
Alive enough to send messages.
Yeah,
He's
that's
quite
not-
capable and on his own. He's fine wherever he is.
How are you doing?
Do you sell oddities, magical, for adventurers? Things like trinkets, potions, maybe?
Mostly catering and just minor magic and trinkets and healing salves, things that would be affordable to the common person.
Right.
We don't really cater it out of this location to adventuring sorts.
That makes sense, and none of us are quite common, so...
Definitely not. Warforged, Goliath, Goblin, Elf. Well, I guess elves are fairly common, but either way.
Right,
And then
let's
she's normal.
Bugbear.
Nope.
Right. Normal.
Well, you have yours to the back room.
Thank you.
So you make your way down the corridor and into the back room where the teleportation circle is.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Burp comes running in. He's got a mouth stuffed with something that he pulled from a local vendor.
Oltheon's
Misha
trying
jumps
to
in
leave
his
without
bag.
you again.
Oltheon never leaves me.
That's true.
I leave Oltheon.
What?
A wise bugbear.
Much wise.
Beyond his years.
So smart.
Liked it better when you weren't friends with Burp.
Well, I didn't. Because we're like
It's a really
almost
mean
best.
thing to say.
Yeah.
That's mean, isn't
Yeah.
it, to Misha? And he reaches down, scratches the fox's head.
We're basically kinfolk.
That's better than what you used to think.
Well, yeah. Well, we're both exceptional. Exceptional.
Well, you have
Exceptional.
and hobgoblins have goblin gumbo.
Ew, hobgoblins. Gross.
Hobgoblins are mean. For an almost no reason.
Yeah. Screw them.
Well, I guess hundreds of years of fighting orcs for martial supremacy in that old home world. Whatever.
I mainly thought just how their faces looked.
Yeah, that's also kind of nasty.
I think that's how most people feel about you, God.
Did you say that
Oh, it is.
Did you say that hobgoblins are nasty?
I
It's like their
unscroll.
face.
They're so...
A loud crack and
Cleanly.
flash
Holy shit!
as I send a little jolt onto the floor, and then the sigils on the paper become they start to kind of glow from a presto on the floor, and then I start tracing them with the chalks and things that need to be used for the spell.
All right, so who's taking bets? Who's got bets on we make it to our destination demon free?
I do.
Starting at 2 gold pieces. 2 gold pieces.
2 gold pieces that we make it there completely safe and sound.
No, we make it there demon free. Yeah. If we don't, you lose your gold pieces.
Done.
Okay, who's got us 1 demon? 1 demon or devil? Come on. Come on. So anybody? It happens like all the... No? Well, 2 gold for me then. Fine.
I'll start kneeling and muttering a prayer to Olatrari to protect our travel.
Alchari says, hell no, dog. You're in the hands of Mitria right now, bro.
We've
Well,
never
if you don't
spoken.
know,
Yeah.
is Olatrari
Yeah.
and
Never
Mitria
spoken.
hook
They've
up
never
all the
spoken.
time.
As a matter of fact, she might feel a little ghosted by the fact that he's never spoken to her, as
I'm
far
just
as he's
saying,
aware.
your collect call was declined.
This is
I'll
a
leave
collect
message.
call from
I'll leave a message. I usually have.
Mitria, goddess of magic.
What? Wrong number?
Either way.
The message responds, no, it isn't.
Oh, man. Nice. Anyways. So you ready to cast the spell?
Circle is drawn.
All right. So you...
Just 1 more minute. I'll put the required energy into it. Everyone stand at the edge.
And he does exactly that.
Yeah.
I'll put on a
Magical
timer for
hacks.
1 minute
Yeah,
on my
It
phone.
says 2 devils and a demon for 3 gold. Magical hack.
Oh, two devils and together? Ooh.
Or
That's like 10 to 1 odds.
Luckily, the
Bad.
devils and the demon.
bad,
fight.
bad.
The devil's in the details.
and we go to wherever this circle leads. Could be fucking anywhere.
Under the ocean. Everyone dies.
Oh, wow.
It's
that
a
would be
circle
bummer.
right to the front
Yeah.
of the Adventurers Guild, and when we pop up, he just goes, ah!
That
So he
would-
closes the door.
Yeah.
There's like a circle
so
hidden in the
fucking
tile
good.
work out front. It's like, oh, that's actually kind of clever.
It's like the old 9th at 9. Shooter McGavin. That movie's great. Anyways, enough about Adam Sandler's good movies.
Onwards to
Been a while.
teleportation circle.
It's been a minute.
All right, dude, roll that d20, bro. So there's a flash of magic as the
Is it-
sigils on the floor light up.
Can I grab
Was the
The
D20 or the
world starts to
D100?
kind
It
of
was the
shake and
D100 last
blur
time.
as it's trying to shift to this new location.
D20, then a D100.
Crack of sound
Oh, that's right. It was.
blasts out, and we're gonna see if you can get less than 5%,
I roll really well on top of the journal.
It doesn't. It's all the same.
or
thing.
D100. Sorry, it's not supposed to be a D20. It's D100.
16.
16.
Did you want the D100?
Yeah, it's a percentile chance.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
Yeah.
Did I get a 16 there?
Yeah, I said D20. I was correcting. I was like, no, wait, why am I saying D20?
You
It's
wasted the good roll. Remember,
D100.
Pizzazz.
5% chance.
57.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Pizzazz.
I didn't.
You went.
I turned.
Pizzazz.
those little pizzazz.
All
A
right.
little bit.
There's a little zip on that
I
roll.
thought there was a lot of nonchalantry.
Nonchalantry.
It was the hand afterward. It was the.
Nonchalantry.
Non-gallantry.
What do
Non-laundry.
you mean? Cowardice?
Whatever keeps me alive, buddy.
That was a sneeze yawn that neither happened.
He
That's
died
strong.
bravely, and I lived. In
Went to
cowardice.
yawn, sneeze happened, so I was just like,
It's a yeast. It's a yeast.
but nothing happened. They like canceled each other out.
No.
What?
No.
A yawn and a sneeze?
No.
They definitely just
I
canceled
honestly
each other out.
wanted it to be really low.
You monster.
I did. I wanted it.
Scared the crap out of me.
Is that all our bones breaking?
So,
Ah!
the
Oh,
world
why does it hurt?
around you shifts and reforms, and there is a light as this teleportation circle manifests around you, and you find yourself standing in the middle of a large teleportation circle in a massive city. You look around, and you can see that there are where did that go? Close it. All right, there we go. I had the wrong session notes open. My bad. I had the old one open.
Once upon a time.
We'll just
Yeah,
roll
exactly.
that back.
Once upon a time,
In a galaxy, not so far away.
not so far away. Exactly.
In a world with terror
So
and mist.
it's a pleasant and absolutely warm day. The sun is shining across the city. There, you can see birds flying around the air. It's also a little cool. There's a breeze kind of rolling across the square you're in. And you hear the sounds of music and raucous joy emanates from the crowds of citizens who have kind of gathered in the city center near the teleportation circle. You can hear bards and minstrels strumming melodies, and you can see that plays are being staged. Vendors are selling treats and wares to the onlookers nearby. Amongst these crowded areas, you can pick out armed and mailed warriors with closed helms and these embellished breastplates. The square is encircled by tall merchant buildings and extremely nice townhouses. And as you're looking, there's a whoosh of sound, and just above head level, a group of wizards on flying brooms comes across your top of your heads before sailing back up in the air and turning to head towards one of the many castle-like structures floating around the edges of the city.
Like can't you do that, though?
I'm walking.
I don't have a
I
broom.
never understood the point of the broom. It's in lots of legends and books, but that can't be comfortable.
As you
Looks good though.
step off the teleportation circle, you pass 5 statues made in the likeness of wizards. Some men, some women. The individual names on the plates read Aclaxia, Samaril, Melsendra, Veltasan, and Lazara. Planted and clipped, well-maintained trees are lined in rows along the pathways which lead through the city center into the rest of the floating city of Aclaxia. In the distance, in the northeast, you see a large, partially shrouded in hazy cloud structure, red-stained stone contrasting upon an island of clean white limestone. Its tall outer curtain is complete with battlements and turrets which encircle it just along the edges of the island's cliff face. The facade of its grand hall rises stories above the walls and culminates in 2 larger towers on either side. Many smaller adjacent towers are topped with long unfurling flags. Draping down from the main hall's roof are 5 massive colored banners gently swaying with the wind. Each one represents one of the 5 different colleges of magic. So you stand amongst, taking in the sights of one of what is considered one of Terrawind's greatest wonders, a floating city raised by 5 of the greatest wizards of their age, thousands of years ago. Nobody bats an eye at you coming through the teleportation circle. You draw no unwarranted attention. But you kind of just blend in through the crowds, moving around. You can see a wide variety of different merchant shops selling all sorts of curios, wand makers, mage rights, every sort of general store that you can imagine. Everyone here is brilliantly dressed, aristocratic. You don't see what would be considered the common folk on this city. You can easily pick out the apprentice mages who have either recently applied to or maybe are just starting their courses at the colleges. And you can make out the grand wizard's hats, those of full-fledged students who have had multiple years in study or may have graduated. Robes are used to identify which school they belong to based on their color. You see red, green, yellow, blue, and black robes scattered amongst in and out of the different stores. Lamps, when they're on, for sure, probably magic. Very similar to those that the elves would make. They float, they're not connected to anything. You see horseless carriages moving themselves along the city streets. This may be the greatest concentration of magic in one place in the world.
I've heard wonderful stories about this place, but let's keep in mind that Enoth was Nithirin. There's great power here. Power is dangerous.
I hand him 4 gold.
What was that? It's a bit?
Yup, that's what that was.
Fair to Alatrani was heard.
Right.
But I would like to say my bribe worked. My bribe worked.
It did, Trin. It was
It did.
fantastic. Well played.
We're here now, and this place is actually pretty nice. So are we just gonna go now? Like, what's the plan here?
Maybe we should find a place to stay, learn a little bit about where we're at. Maybe since we're closer, there might be some more resources that speak about the tower and the maze and the monsters. I'm just saying, rather than just diving right into the stuff.
You, apprentice. I
So
have
the young
questions.
girl turns. She's got, some dirty blonde hair, and she's got a ponytail, and clearly has similar version of robes to the higher students. And kind of looks at you and, yes, what? Well, yes, sir. I'm sorry.
We're in need of a tavern and perhaps directions to it.
Well, are you just looking for a place to drink, or are you looking for a place to stay?
Stay.
You know what? Actually, does the Adventurers Guild here have rooms?
Well, we don't have an adventurers guild here.
You don't?
No.
Interesting. Alright, well, if we were planning on... We're not keeping secrets, are we?
No, if we were planning on just knocking the door of the infinite maze open.
If we're here to explore the Infinite Maze, where would you suggest we stay?
You're going to the infinite maze?
Yes.
Yep.
And maybe never coming back.
Oh, we'll be fine.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No, that's how it works. Most don't come back.
Yeah, but we're not most.
Well, I mean,
Hold on, plenty come back. There's books upon books about this.
I mean, it's obvious that you're adventurers, but I mean, from how far do you go? Come, like where
Well,
did you just come to us from? It's obvious you're not local to the Nithir territories.
Most recently would be Bravatus. Cornwall.
Bravatus?
Before that, Eridor, Elithir.
Or after that, before that.
Some of us come from quite far.
Lior, that's where I'm from.
Oh.
Yes.
How long since you've been back?
Well, I just started, so it's only been a few months since I've been home.
What made you choose to come to Nithir instead of study magic in Lior?
My parents wanted me to have the best education possible.
Well,
That's here.
seems to be.
Yeah, we had some fun adventures in Lior before we had to leave. So
I've never adventured in Lior.
Wait a minute. You were there. The queen, right? You saved her.
Yes.
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 That was us.
Oh shit, you were not there.
No, I was not.
Sorry, you're just so nondescript. I thought you were there.
Wow. Low
Wait,
blow.
no,
You could try.
you saw a dragon in person.
And yeah, and I named him
Several.
Coward. Well, I'll kill him one day. I swear this.
He ran away.
We've seen more than one.
Many.
I didn't quite put it together until you said that you had been there. But I had heard about you.
We are unique.
What
Yeah.
was that name? What
Thunder
was
Dangerous?
it? Thunder Dangerous. Yes, that's it.
Still don't like
I had heard about you.
Still don't like it.
Yes, we are looking to.
You saved the queen, stopped the coup, and protected the city.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
My
and
family is quite excited about it.
we're looking to expand our great name through conquering the infinite maze.
No, most of the cult and those individuals who had looked to overthrow the queen had been banished from the realm and arrested.
Oh yes.
I mean, I don't believe it could have came at a better time. I had a brother who was quite taken by what they were saying. They had just gotten to the point where our family became exceptionally worried about him.
Oh. It's good
So
to hear.
from my heart, thank you so much for interceding and saving him and the rest of the city.
Right.
I don't know where I would be if things had gone differently. I might not have made it here.
Oh, broken clocks and all that.
We're glad.
That's funny. That's a funny joke. Why are you not all laughing?
You don't understand.
He basically implied that you, as a group, stumble into doing the correct thing sometimes.
Oh, is that what that was?
Exactly,
That
yes.
is, yeah.
Quite astute. You'll do well here.
Like I said, one of the best educations in all the world.
Hat Healthy on the back. Funny joke.
He's not exceptionally bright, is he? He doesn't look it.
Nah.
He lifts our things.
Like
That
our,
makes sense.
like our spirits.
He knows things that some people don't.
He drinks and he knows things. That's a common saying.
It is. I drink, I know things, and I'm gonna punch a dragon. It's simple, easy
No, he
things.
doesn't know anything. He lifts our heavy stuff. He lifts our luggage, our enemies.
I lift you.
And our spirits.
Yes, you have. That's true.
Remember, we're friends.
Play for banter.
Anyhow, enough about our accomplishments.
So
Thank
we're staying. You're going to the Infinite Maze, which that's a whole nother thing in itself. I've only seen it from a distance.
Yeah, we're looking to possibly try and learn a little bit more before we dive right in.
Or maybe
Well,
we
you should
hire
be
a
able to
guide.
see it from the city.
Oh.
From here now. And she just kind of points. If you go to the edge of the city, to the observation point, you should be able to see the maelstrom that encircles the infinite maze.
Now
gonna
I'm
go look.
curious.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
right
go look
Here,
at
come
that.
along.
Yeah.
I've already finished shopping for the day anyways. Let me take you around and I'll show you the best places to get the best deals.
Of course.
Yeah, I just reach down,
Yes.
pop Trin on my shoulder.
Oh, thank you, my friend.
Of course.
How high up are we exactly? One of my friends is afraid of the heights.
Well, I believe the city can be changed. So with the work of the 5 grand mages, they can lift the city higher, and they come lower when they're over near the infinite maze. From what I understand, again, I've only been here for a
So
few months, so
does it,
everything,
like,
almost everything I know is just
So does this place move, or does it like stay in the
no,
same
it
place?
It moves.
Well, that's pretty cool.
If we looked directly down from where we're at now, we would probably be able to see the Aclaxian Shires and those people who have gathered to live underneath the city. It's probably the safest place you can be in the territories, aside from possibly Last Bastion, one of the few castles in the region. It's mostly wild lands filled with Trollocs.
Oh,
But here,
some experience with them.
under Aclaxia, most people are safe.
It feels that way.
Good to know.
But either way, I think we're miles up
Pretty
at the
far.
moment. Anyway,
Sure
so
that slow fall spell.
so she walks you through the city streets. She points out some places right here off the main square that she's quite fond of. If you're looking for alchemical ingredients, potions, and the like, she recommends you use Fran's Fortuitous Froths. If you're looking for any sort of magical wares at like discounted or reasonable prices, she suggests Taniel's Arcane Periot. And then on the manner of inns, the Singing Sword is what she suggests. And she explains there's some funny story about some mage who supposedly accidentally gave life to a sword, and it's hangs out there, but nobody's ever seen or heard it. And then it was so annoying that the mage actually went and like buried it somewhere after years of having to listen to its incessant speech.
That's pretty funny.
You mentioned the 5 mages. Are they still all alive?
The founders.
Yes.
No, the founders have long passed.
There's something you said about.
Oh, the Grand Mages.
Yes.
Those are the current rulers of the city in the realm.
Ah, I see.
Each
Yes,
one of them runs one of the 5 schools.
What school do you belong to?
You can see that she doesn't necessarily. She has very plain looking robes. They're actually fairly utility looking, and they do not look super comfortable. But she has a pendant on her that is like this blue gem. I belong to the school of Aclaxia, the one who they named and founded the city after.
Yes. What was your name?
Marianne.
Marianne. Pleasure. This is Locke,
Hello, Locke.
Trin, Katarina.
Trin Twilight, yes, it's the title.
That's Burrup over there with Misha.
Burrup?
Say the whole thing.
Misha.
I am Orpheon Amadea, and this is.
I'm Godric.
He's got.
And who's the meekish meandering girl behind you?
Katarina.
Katarina.
Yes.
She waves.
So what's the difference between, like, obviously, you know, you're gonna think your school's the best, as the founders and all that. What's the difference between the different schools? Are there like different specializations? Like, you do abjuration and they do conjuration, or is it just that's
Well,
how
those
it
are-
works out?
Well, those are the grander subdivisions of magic when it's applied broadly to spells. Each of the schools actually, the fundamental foundations of magic are order, entropy, knowledge, destruction, and life.
Oh!
All spells stem from one of these primary fonts of magic which exist within the weave, in some aspect or another. Each of the schools is founded in one of those aspects of study.
You get the chance to visit Eridor ever in life. Do not hesitate. They operate under the same teachings.
Well, I've only heard and read myths and legends about the land of the Blood Elves and the fall of the powers of high sorcery in the Age of Gondlin. I'm sure there are mystifying wonders there to see.
Yes.
I'll probably never see it myself, but I mean, who knows? First step is getting out of apprenticeship. Once I'm done scrubbing floors and gathering everybody's books from the libraries and running personal errands for the wizards above me, the classmen above me, then I'll be able to truly start to begin to learn. I actually assume my daily life is much like wizards in the circles when they're first learning, if they're not being taught by a private tutor, that is. I had
likely.
one, didn't care for him much when I was younger.
You probably learned a lot from them.
Well, that's either way. That's the primary difference. So I belong to the school of order. So through understanding and deep study of the relative relation between magic, what makes it work, you could say I study the very fundamental nature of magic itself. I mean, we all do. It's hard to explain as a whole, but many of the schools are they look different, and she kind of points, and they have different classes and different teachers, and I guess each of the Grand Mages is, I've never seen any of them yet. I guess they've been spending a great deal of time in the Grand Oratorium, and she points towards the huge red and white stoned structure at the end of the city. That's where the Ministry of Magic here in the lands. It's the bureaucracy and where the government is.
I noticed there aren't a lot of, more commonplace folks. Seems like a lot of the people here are either students or graduates. Is that kind of how this place
Students,
runs?
graduates, the families of students and graduates. Full-fledged wizards who graduate are welcome to move their families here up to the city. And then many just never go. And then we have generations, from what I understand, of wizards who live here and go to school here, as long as they have an aptitude for magic, that is. Not everybody does. It's not necessarily something that anybody just can do. But there's a whole class on lineage and bloodlines and the transfer of magical power and essence between individuals. By the way, just follow me. So
Maybe
she
you
takes
should
you.
enroll.
So she takes you to this beautiful treed area with this nice railed fence. Everything is made of stone. And when you kind of get up to the top of it, you look out. And not only can you see these misty, dark, obscured ruins from a distance over miles of this ancient city that once existed here. This maelstrom of storm and flashes of lightning, constant torrents of wind tearing at the ground. You can see beyond, in the dark mountains of Anoth, beyond, and the gasping wastes and the active volcanic land that they reside in.
Ooh.
Then as you're watching, there's some excitement around you, and people are all pointing. And she leans over the railing, and she just says, oh my, by Mitria, it is real.
Mhm.
I've never seen him before.
Ooh.
I've only heard rumors of it. Since we've been outside here, I've never seen it through the mist. You barely can see moving through the shadow of this colossal monstrosity moving through the mist around the outsides of the cities. You can't quite see the full shape of it other than it has about maybe 4 arms. And it's just a glimpse as it disappears back into the cloud cover in the maelstrom. Are you sure that you're going to the Infinite Maze?
Well, I mean,
Have you not heard tale of the Colossus of the Infinite Maze?
What?
What?
The Walker.
No.
No.
Can't say that we have.
That thing?
I don't envy you. Not
Oh.
one bit.
That thing's huge.
They say it stands over 100 feet tall.
I bet we could take it.
Your optimism is idiocy.
I was gonna say inspired.
Well, I was told the story when I arrived. The 5 founding wizards arrived here in the ruins of the Nether people's civilization to search for great relics and magic. They did so and they prospered and people flocked to the area. They founded the city of Aclaxia, which actually used to be down there in the ruins of the capital city. Until one night, there was an eruption of magical energy and a disaster befell the city. The 5 founders lifted Aclaxia up to protect it from total destruction from the quaking lands, saving thousands of lives. But unfortunately, even more died. The tower at the center, the Great Watchtower, was obliterated. But then, a 10-day later, it rebuilt itself. And then, the Walker appeared. It's some sort of titanic flesh golem, made up of the thousands of people who were absorbed in the magical destruction of the city. They say that you can hear the screams of hundreds as they cry out in pain and search for those to add to their collection. The Walker kills everything that it comes across within the wastes of the city.
Maybe I was wrong.
Then, again, like clockwork, every 10th day of the month, the city is destroyed at night, replaying the same events over and over again of the initial magical disaster. And then by sunset, the ruins are rebuilt. That's one of the first things I saw when I came here. My classmates brought me here and we watched it rebuild itself at sunset.
What, when does...
It's hard to see because of the maelstrom, but...
When does it explode again?
I believe in a few days?
We might want to wait for it to explode again before we go. Give us a better stretch of time.
There's plenty we could learn here while we waited.
Yeah, look how much we're already learning. Colossus, golems, blowing stuff up. I dig it!
Maybe we have to learn how to take care of the goddamn Colossus.
Oh, there's no taking care of the Colossus. Every wizard, every group of people who have gone to assail it, it's ended in disaster and tragedy for everyone.
I imagine.
And the Colossus isn't even the only issue. You're saying that not only would you avoid it to go explore the ruins, but you also have to worry about running into Trollocs and other bandits and raiders and individuals looking for treasure in the ruins. Why are you coming to it? Why are you here?
Well, our friend here, the Warforged, is a mage as well, and lately he's been drawn to the city. His eyes will go red and he'll become quite violent.
You're not the only Warforged I've seen come to the city since I came here. That's very familiar to what they said. I spoke to one for a time in the Silver Sword, and he said he felt drawn as well, the call of something from somewhere, some source of... The best way he could describe it was answers. But I will tell you, I haven't seen any of them come back.
Well, he's not going in alone. So, why not?
We're not here to defeat some kind of colossus, but we're just here to get answers and get out, solving Nadia's problems.
These problems will be here long after I'm gone. They more or less just ignore it. The Colossus never seems to come towards the city, towards the Shires. It stays there, just mindlessly wandering the wastes on the outside of the city ruins. Actually, it seems, for the most part, if you don't try to assail it, or get too close, it doesn't seem to really mind.
Do you know if there's any tricks for getting past the maelstrom? So get in there.
Keep your heads down, take cover. Lightning, rain, massive downdrafts, and tornadoes are only part of what rips through the city's ruins and outskirts. Like I said, most people don't go there unless they're desperate, looking for treasures, relics from the Nether people.
There have to be caravans or archaeology groups, etc., that go down there from here, though.
Not anymore, not from my understanding.
Have
It became too dangerous. People die.
Have a lot of relics and stuff come back from there?
Some have. Most come back here to the colleges.
Oh.
Some have been discovered, which, again, is probably part of what continues to just perpetuate the idea that treasure seekers, adventurers like yourself should come here for fame, for fortune, for lost magical relics and knowledge.
We're not here for that.
Godric probably is. Right, well, what? What?
Nothing.
You like loot?
I like a fight more than anything.
Right, fair enough.
Either way, now is probably the best time to go anyways. I
Why
mean,
is
not now, but in the current political atmosphere.
Why is that?
Well, war on the borders of the Nether territories and the dragon attempting to lay claim to the Nether territories. The Grand Wizards have been have their hands full.
Do you know anything about that dragon?
No, not personally. No,
Have a name?
I don't believe so.
Do you know of anyone who might know its name?
Maybe the Grand Wizards? Maybe others just below them? People serving on the council? Those serving in the ministry? Possibly? They've kept it very quiet. Trying not to scare the population.
Alright, well, place to stay for now. Some
Yes.
research to be done.
The singing sword!
Sorry you couldn't dissuade us from going, but I do appreciate the knowledge you have bequeathed upon us.
I just find it fascinating that you're willing to risk all of your lives for whatever reason you're going there for.
For a friend.
The line between brave and foolish is very thin.
It's the same thing.
I was going to say, there's no line for me, it's the same.
Yeah, we're brave.
And it's foolish.
Come on, God. Public image! Yeah, we're certainly brave.
Yeah.
Well, I should get back to my duties then.
Thank you so much for showing
Is
us
there any way
around.
we can reimburse you for your time and efforts?
No.
Well, with money.
I hope your brother found a better use of his time than following the cult.
I hope so too. I do not know where he went after the cult was ousted.
You went missing?
Not missing in the sense that we have no idea whether he's alive or dead. He's alive, I know that, but the last I saw of him was heading towards leaving the city.
No. Well, that doesn't sound great. I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself. That one.
Singing sword?
Singing sword.
Yes, the singing sword. Tap, tap.
Maybe by the time we're done, it changes its name to the Singing Goblin.
No, no. I am very much interested in talking to this
step over to the
proprietor
rail
of the
on
single
the
sword.
observation point.
Mhm.
Kind of lay my hands on it. That storm. It's the same as mine.
Okay. Are we talking like inside you or outside of you?
Or emotional or physical.
I
You're
mean,
talking about your
literally.
magic.
I
Yes.
mean, that storm.
Like you are the storm is you type thing?
It's connected.
No, it's the same kind of energy. Right? Same.
That's why I'm asking. I have no fucking idea.
I
Look.
don't know if I can explain it except to say it's. When
Well-
I cast lightning, it is from that storm.
From it, or it's like the exact same?
What's the difference?
Well, I mean, if you cast lightning, like in Lior, does it pull from here? Or if you cast lightning, it's like the same as what is here? You see? Yes?
I
I'm
don't think
sorry,
the,
Locke.
I don't think the difference has any function. I'm saying I know that I'm connected to it.
Eh.
Good. Then we know we've come to the right place.
I couldn't leave if I wanted to.
Perfect.
Great.
At least now, less belly aching. More learning!
No, I think I'm caught. Fish on a hook. And drawing out the barb would only kill me.
Kill you? That's a little dramatic.
Like if we were to walk through the teleportation circle now and go
I
somewhere
couldn't
else.
cast the spell.
Oh, shit.
Well, we better get to the bottom of it.
Good thing Thunder Dangerous commits.
Yeah!
Yeah, to the point of death.
Our big old fish!
We're all walking into something horrendous.
Sure.
Yep,
Well, you can
sounds
at least-
great.
If you're hooked and you gotta go, you might as well have a better attitude about it.
What happens to the fish?
I do not fear the maelstrom, and neither will you as long as you stand close. We'll be fine.
You're different from the others because you're going in with us.
And I doubt most of the other Warforged shared that same connection to the storm. I've met a few, seen a few, but I've never seen one like you.
We have to get there before the next change.
Or else what?
Don't know.
You just feel a compulsion to do that?
Yes.
The next change, like the next destruction
Yes.
of the tower change.
So we should try to learn something about the goddamn tower.
So we have 3 days.
Alright, then we hire an ambitious mage who's been studying it to come along.
Sounds
They can
genius.
talk to us while we're there. They're going to get all kinds of credit that we won't need or claim.
Yeah, we're going
Even
on an
better.
arduous adventure into the maze. Have you given up hope on your future? Come with us.
No, perhaps somebody a bit obsessed.
I'm looking for brave, daring men who aren't afraid of almost 0% chance of coming back.
She said a few days, 3 maybe? 4?
I think she said 4, right?
I don't know. Either way, then we start in earnest to recruit. See if we can get a few people brave and dumb enough to.
Well, it sounds like a
Go
great
with us.
plan.
I think it could work.
Let's go. Let's find someone who knows more than us, and then we take them on a really terrible journey.
Yes.
Maybe 2, like a backup person in case the first one gets killed.
With us, it's probably.
I'm
going
sure
to
they'll
happen.
have some sort of apprentice or assistant.
We don't have a good track
I'm
record with
thinking-
tag-alongs. That's all I'm saying.
We might not even have to pay much. The point is it's somebody who really wants to go but hasn't had the right people to go with them.
They
Yes.
haven't had Thunder
Has to
Dangerous.
exist. People who crave knowledge don't sit here, stare at that mage, and just go, meh.
We
Someone
should
else
go
will
now.
learn.
What?
Now.
We should go now.
Well, we should find someone first, and then we go.
No. We should go now. I think no amount of preparation is going to change what happens in there.
Come on, we could just buff his muscles a little bit, inspire some confidence, and then we find one of the town crazies.
I'm telling you that whatever is drawing me in there wants me in there. And nothing will change the effect from the outside.
Yes,
I know
but,
that's fine.
But getting a guide is important. We can get one quickly. Let's do so. Because we should still stock up on potions and such as well.
We can get our own supplies, but anyone we bring in there will surely die.
Well, they'll be able to make that choice for themselves. We're simply hiring.
Yeah.
All right. Trin, you're in charge of finding someone to hire. I can go along with you for that. Godric and Locke, you handle potions. Katerina, why don't you hit up the nearest library if there's one of free use and see what you can learn. And we leave in half a day. We'll figure out how to get down from the city.
Maybe some spell scrolls, potions of fly or something. I don't know.
They probably have a way down.
A slide?
I will fly us.
A giant slide.
Oh, if you can fly us, then that part's figured out.
Oh, jeez. I'm all
Right.
unsettled. And I really want to talk to the dude who runs the singing sword.
We can do it if we make it out.
Ah!
Tavern owner might be the perfect person to learn about who you need to recruit.
Yeah.
Put Trin back on the floor.
There you go.
You're not gonna walk me to the singing sword?
Oh no.
I'll go with you, though.
You two are going. We're gonna go get potions.
All right.
She's gonna do some final research, so. Break.
Right.
No. Team Thunder Dangerous on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thunder
Thunder
Dangerous!
dangerous. Oh, come on.
Yes,
Wait,
suck!
what just happened? Was that a cheer?
Yeah.
What? So you
Inspiring.
count to 3 and then we all say the same thing?
Yes.
Why count to 3? Just have a...
So we're
Just
all
so
the same.
metronome.
So we're
Yeah,
all
I'm
the
not
As
same
their
I
thing.
can't take my
polite,
eyes
as their
off
polite conversation begins to fade into the background, you focus on the storm, and you focus on the remnants of the tower, the Great Watchtower, and the surrounding ruins. The storm doesn't clear, per se, but there is a thunderous explosion that runs outward that you can hear, the force of which pushing up the earth as it begins to tear up the ground. And you're hit by a wave of concussive power standing still. You hear the voice again reach out to you. More clear, metallic, much like a warforged. Aranand, you must find the source. The servants of the elder demons look to unleash the Starspawn. They are growing ever closer. Our time is short. The key to stopping them is in the infinite maze. Find it. Then find me. I will then tell you all you need to know about your past self, Aranon of Sultanus. Until next Friday.
Oh, shit!